Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jerimiah from Beauty, back at you with another video. And when I say right back at you, I mean like literally back at you, because I've been gone for like a year, you guys. And I have so many ideas, I have so many updates, so many things I want to share with you guys, because I've literally, during this time of, I'm gonna call it semi-rest, because like I was definitely doing a whole lot, but during this time, I've still had ideas coming to my head that the Holy Spirit has dropped in my heart. And I've just been writing them down. I'm like, okay, when I get back home, I'm going to write the vision, okay, make it plain, and then execute the plan. So that is what I'm doing here. So a little reasoning behind why I have been gone so long is because, one, COVID. Okay, I had family health scares on both sides of the family, but they both turned out to be favorable. So both sides have been doing well and have recovered from, any ailment that tried to come against them. So glory to God for that. And also the other half is because I was doing some home renovations, in my condo. I started with my kitchen. Or actually, no, I take it back, rolling it even back. I started with painting, because as you see behind me, my wall is now blue. I used to have beige walls. If you can notice from my older videos, I had beige walls. Now I have a blue accent wall. My other two walls are gray, like a light gray, just to be like calm and a little more modern. So I started with painting my whole condo. Like, no wall has gone unpainted. I've even painted my ceilings. I scraped the popcorn off the ceilings, painted it, all that good stuff. And then I went to like the big ticket items. So then I went to the kitchen and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna paint and move. I'm gonna paint my cabinets. So I took all my doors down, I got new hinges, put new hinges up, and drilled new holes, because I used to have knobs. I don't like knobs. I prefer handles, and I'm learning that now that I'm a homeowner. So all that to say, I kind of, once I got a little taste, I was like, ooh, and I can do this, and ooh, I can do that. And then it gradually turned into me actually outsourcing some projects to contractors. So I also got my bathroom showers retiled, and I got engineered wood floors, but I wish I went with vinyl, because it's a condo, I need no wood, but that's neither here nor there. So I've been going through major renovations in my condo. And then I had the great idea to do the same thing, go down to Florida with my grandmother and help her do some home renovations. So we pretty much redid her entire house. Literally, again, no room went untouched. And it's great. I think she's happy. We knocked some walls down in the kitchen, gave her open concept, gave her some more lighting, some new doors, fuel efficient doors. That was an experience. So now that all that is said and done and the health scares have flown away, I'm here to give you updates on my hair, skin, and nails. So I really wanted to start off with my skin. I noticed I don't really give you, or haven't really given you guys much of anything on like my skin regimen, because I don't really do much. I apply lotion, I wear deodorant. I do try to go for the natural deodorants. I wash my face with Clinique. It's worked for me ever since I've been in high school, because in high school I had middle school? I don't know. One of those. I had really bad acne, and I started using Clinique. Clinique was the only thing that worked for me. I tried to do Proactive. Proactive was like too harsh. I tried some Neutrogena cleansers from like my local drugstores. Didn't really work. The only thing that worked was Clinique. So I've been kind of rocking with them ever since then. I haven't really tried anything new, because, once you find something that works, you kind of chill out, But also, I'm sure you guys have already noticed this, but I have keloid skin. Or I have skin that so happens to keloid. I don't want to speak that on me. But yes, I have skin that is susceptible to keloid. So I have one on my shoulder. So I have one on my shoulder. And I have one on my inner thigh. I'll insert a picture because it's in a rather compromising area. It's like really high up on my inner thigh. And I used to have one on my chest, which is the one that you guys have probably noticed is no longer. So this one on my chest, I got it surgically removed. And before y'all say anything, I did it because it was still growing and it was still irritated and it was still itching and just, I didn't know what else to do. Like, I've done nothing for all the years that I've had it. And I think it kind of started rearing its ugly head when I was in middle school. So that's like, we can go back as early as 2006. Okay, because, yeah, that's when I was in the 6th grade. We'll say 2006, and it's 2021. And it started out as a pimple on my chest, like a little dot. Like, I thought it was a mosquito bite or whatever, what have you, but I think I just irritated the living daylights out of it. I tried to pop it, I scratched at it, and then all of a sudden, it like doubled in size. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? So that's kind of the backstory on my chest one. My shoulder one, I don't really know when it started rearing its ugly head, but I'm gonna say high school, because I don't see any pictures. I don't see any of it in pictures of me from middle school. So I think it came from high school, and it probably came from similar reasons. Maybe I got a mosquito bite, scratched it, and all of a sudden it just decided to keloid over. And the last but not least one that I got is on my inner thigh, and that one was from an ingrown hair follicle. So from me shaving, and it just decided to keloid over. So when that happened, I took a step back. I was like, okay, I have 3 keloids, and all of them came from like non-punctures to the skin, which is what I was always taught when I, became aware of what a keloid is. I thought it was like, oh, you get them from a puncture to the skin. But the truth is, nobody really knows why and where with all keloids come or how they come, because I got them through non-traumatic means. I didn't get a knife slit, across my arm or my chest. I didn't have a great fall or some other traumatic event. They literally were from bumps going wrong, ingrown hair follicles. So the reason why I got my chest one removed is, again, because it was just irritated and it was growing too big. It was growing to the point where now it's really starting to bother me. Like, when it was a little dot, it was like, I don't like it, but it looked more like a beauty mark than like a full-blown, keloid. So when I got this one removed, I have been very, very religious, you could say, and making sure that I do everything I can so it does not come back. So I'm confident because I'm confident in God, for one, hello. And for two, I'm confident because since I have never gotten a keloid from a puncture, because I've gotten cuts. I have a cut on my hand that, oh, can you see it? I have a cut on my hand, and that was a cut from a knife. I had, or not a knife, but like some glass or something sharp. I was playing outside one time, and I fell, and I slipped, and like my hand, you try to grab yourself when you fall, and it literally slipped. And I could see the tissue in my hands. It was, oh my gosh, terrible. And it didn't keloid. And I've gotten cuts in other areas, and they healed up just fine. So knowing that information just from historical means, I was more confident in getting the keloid surgically removed. So I went to Dr. Jones in New York, and he's the one who removed the keloid, and I have been using these 2 topical creams he recommended and that he makes. Let's see, come on, focus for me. So one of them is called Keloid Care, one of them is called Scar Shield, and basically the Keloid Care is what I can still use on the one that I have keloid, because this one has hydrocortisone, which is a steroid, and I still use it on this keloid and the one that's on my inner thigh. This one I use once a day on the scar where I got the keloid removed, but on the ones that are still full-blown keloids, I use it about 2 to 3 times a day. And then the Scar Shield I use 2 to 3 times a day, but I only use this on my scar where the keloid was removed. And I do that because, well, that's what the instructions say. my nurse said that it adds like a light pressure, it adds like a little film over the scar to kind of help protect it. And it has various ingredients in it that help kind of like even the skin tone out, because when I'll insert some pictures, when I first got it removed, I had to go undergo radiation therapy. And so because I had to undergo radiation therapy, it gave me like a dark halo around the keloid, or it's not keloid anymore. It gave me a dark halo around the scar. And so I really think between using these two items, it's really been helping lighten that halo. And I think over time, it will also eventually, you know, once the wound is fully healed and whatnot, I think it will eventually even out my skin tone, even where the scar is, where I still have like kind of that pink tissue, you know, when a scab falls off. Excuse me. So those are the two things I've been using consistently. I started using them around like October 4th, and I got the surgery September 14th. So I used the keloid care. I started using that like 2 weeks after the surgery, which so I probably started using that like about October 1st, October 4th, and then I got the Scar Shield like shortly after, and I think I started using that one maybe like October 13th or something. It was very close together. And then I also was just doing some more research, and I came across like silicone strips, and so I've been also using silicone strips, which is what I have back here. I got enough to last me a year, and my goal with that is they're supposed to like help also even out the skin tone, and apparently the layer that touches the skin acts as a, what is the word? It almost acts as like healthy skin or something. I don't know. When I was reading and doing the research, it said something about like it helps basically tell your body like, oh, there's healthy, you know, tissue here. Let's keep, you know, healing, I guess. And so I've been using those, and I truly, truly think it's been helping. And I'll even take this off just so you guys can kind of see how it looks under here. So like it's way lighter, like the halo is almost gone. Like it's really just the corner and whatnot that you can still see. Then obviously the pink tissue from the scar itself that you can see. And so those results are making me happy. So I can't pinpoint which one of these are like the true reason, but I've been doing them all at once. Like, you know, like I said before, I've been very strategic. I've been very strict with myself at making sure I do everything I can to make sure it does not keloid over and it heals pretty, essentially. And that's what I've been doing. Now, for the 2 keloids that I still have remaining, what I have been doing with that is I went to my dermatologist, was also doing some more research, and I came across 2 things. I came across steroid tape, steroid tape or steroid strips, just like silicone strips, but it has steroid in it instead of silicone. And steroids, I think, really are keloid's kryptonite, because when I got the steroid injections, I'll also insert some pictures of when I was doing that religiously. I think I was going like once a month. I was playing no games. I went once a month, and they flattened out. Now, once they fully flattened out, I wish I went to another doctor to kind of see like, okay, now how do I keep it flat? Like, what can we do to keep it flat? Because I think the steroids flattened it out, but the needle made it grow wider. So if you look at my shoulder, these 2, I don't know, pieces, I guess, and even that right there, the keloid used to be that big. And now it's, you know, it has these 2 slabs, and I can tell it was trying to grow out again. And also, if you don't keep up with the steroid shots, for me, it came back. It still starts raising again. So because the removal here, we're still kind of waiting to see how my body is going to react. So far, so good. But I'm not going to get this one surgically removed for a while, because 1, it's expensive, okay? And for 2, I kind of want to get through these topical creams that I've purchased, and of course my silicone strips and my steroid strips. So the steroid strips is what I have on it, and that's kind of why it looks like it has some tape over it, and I also have this strip over the one on my inner thighs. So my goal over this next year is to see and kind of document, is it getting softer? Is it getting flatter? Or is it at least not getting any bigger? Because the issue that I really have with my keloids is they get bigger. If they just stayed the same size and did not get bigger, I would feel a little better about them. But it's the fact that they get bigger, it's the fact that they're itchy, it's the fact that they're irritating. Now the one on my inner thigh is not itchy and it doesn't irritate me for the most part. I don't think that one is growing anymore, so glory to God. And this one, when I'm not using, I don't know why that just scared me. When I'm not using a topical cream, I've noticed that I feel like it gets irritated and it starts getting itchy. So I always try to keep some type of topical cream on it. I really don't want it to get any bigger. It's already way bigger than where it's been, and I'm just going to be documenting the process. So that is kind of like where I'm at. The steroid strips that I'm using is core drawn tape, and I got this from my doctor. You will have to get this prescribed if you do get this, so you would have to go to your local dermatologist, and that's how you can get access to that one. Now I also came across this site called Keloid, and I've been looking at their Instagram, and there are various people who have had keloids and they use Keloid consistently, and their keloids have flattened out or have completely disappeared, and they just have like a nice flat scar that they're just trying to even out their skin tone now. And seeing that kind of got me excited too, because I'm like, you know what, I can do that. So I've ordered some Keloid as well. I know, y'all, I'm doing the most. I'm doing the utmost, but that's what I do. Okay, like I said, when I was getting the steroid injections, it flattened my keloid out quick. When I was like, you know, do it again and do it again, month after month, consistently. So I think if I use this steroid tape over the 2 keloids, like maybe I'll do the steroid tape at night, because it says that to wear about 12 hours, and then I could do the Keloid twice a day. Yup, that's gonna be me. So I'm going to try that out, and as I go through that journey, I will try to document as much as possible with either pictures or videos, probably more so pictures than the video every couple of months, and kind of just let you guys know how I'm doing. So if you guys have keloid, let me know in the comments, like, how have you been dealing with them? Do yours itch? Are they dormant? Are they just there at this point, or do they still bother you? And have you done anything to try to, you know, either flatten them out or to try to treat the symptoms that come along with them? So that's all for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and you guys have a blessed week. Oh, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would love to be friends with you on YouTube. All right, bye, guys.